Hello, neighbors. We have reached the last quarter of 2023. The home run stretch is filled with growth points, goal attainment, rich manifestation energy. And speaking on manifestation, if you haven't purchased 44 Ways to Manifest yet, head over to the Amazon store and drop it in your cart now. It's an adult picture book filled with simple ways to incorporate manifesting on a daily basis. The book is a gem, not because I wrote it, but I have really seen how just by adding super simple manifesting techniques to your day, how it positively improves the lives of myself and others. The link will be in the description. With that said, welcome to your reading. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, let's get into the reading and see what the last quarter of 2023 has in store for you and how you can use the influence to manifest your goals and aspirations. In the beginning of October, there are movements happening within your local environment. There can be questions or actions towards a relocation due to changes in career, but nothing too far though. There can be desires to get out of your locale and travel. Short distance trips may be difficult to plan though, due to sudden changes with your responsibilities. There's an air of indecision with what actions to take, because the changes that are occurring is foundational in terms of what pathways are best for you in terms of your career and what you are putting out into the world and what you are known for in the world. Leave your options open just enough so that you can weigh the pros and cons, but don't have too many options to the point where it's paralyzing you from making a choice and moving forward. So we move into October, still in the first week, and there's still a lot of confusion towards which actions to take. Now, while a lot of the themes will be centered around environment and locale, there are disputes and confusions that can arise with your age mates, meaning your siblings, your peers, your cousins, people that are close to your age. Have you ever had built up tension with someone and then something minute occurs and you guys are beefing really badly on this petty thing, knowing damn well that this is not the root of the issue? This is the energy I'm getting for you, Leo, at this time. There's information you are exposed to, truths that you are exposed to that lifts the rose-colored glasses you had on with regards to a bond you have. You're not sure how to navigate it. So when minor things occur, there can be big arguments. Try to humble your actions during this time and save your energy until you are ready to show your hands. So we get into the beginning of the second week, and still there's a lot of activity in your third house of communication, technology, contracts, written works, siblings, cousins, and other age mates, and early childhood lessons. At this time, Mars in Libra enters into a square aspect with Pluto in Capricorn, retrograde in your sixth house of work, routine, and health. So this is a time where developments and improvement of self will be at the forefront. You want changes at work. You want changes with health. You want changes on how much or how less to show up for others. Change your mind. Change your early teachings. Learn something new to improve yourself. The relationships you have with your family members that are your age mates and your co-workers will change when you change your mind. At the end of the second week, you're blessed with cooperative energy when Mars shifts into Scorpio in your 4th house and comes into trine aspect with Saturn in Pisces retrograde in your 6th house. Things seem to flow rather easily for you during this time. Obstacles that may have seemed difficult to overcome will be tackled with ease. You can find that more resources are flowing into the household, giving you a sense of security and stability. Now, on October 14th, we experience a solar eclipse in Libra, and for you, that's happening in your 3rd house. And this is a great time that can change your trajectory in a really beneficial way. There is an awakening happening for you. There is knowledge you're blessed with. It's like taking a peek into secret information. It's something that isn't tangible or easily proven, but once it's presented to you, you're going to recognize it to be a fruitful piece of information. And the truth can help not only shift your perspective, but thrust you into the direction that is most beneficial to you. The solar eclipse is clearing a pathway, refining your thinking, giving space to self-improve, and setting you up to dive into things foreign to you, places foreign to you, wisdom foreign to you, and having you soak it all up so you can create the reserves of your own abundance. Now, while you're experiencing openings, you will shortly be experiencing closures as well when the lunar eclipse shows up 2 weeks later, happening in your 10th house. So the lunar eclipse in Taurus, with that energy, you have found security in the name you have created for yourself. But you're understanding that your current identity will have to change to carve out a new pathway and identity that more fits where you want to be now. There will be closures you will have to contend with that can bring anxiety and or tension, especially when it comes to how you feel secure. But there's a good outcome if you can stick it through to the end. Also at the same time, Mars is a player that's traversing through the 4th house. And there can be events or strong actions taken against a family member if they aren't providing the supports you need. The energy can see you taking action to prove your point, and the actions that you take in defiance could be what triggers that closure that is actually needed. Try not to move impulsively and ensure that the actions you take is something you are prepared to stick behind. We move to November, and the themes surrounding actions and events surrounding home, family, emotional security will carry forward. And those events will create ripple effects and changes towards your status in life, your reputation, your career, and the power or authority that you would like to reclaim in this area. The shifts are a start to permanent changes that at first will be tense, as you will now have to find a new way of feeling secure, dealing with the benefits and trappings that used to flow to you based on what your old identity provided. Moving right along, we get to November 17th, and we have Mars in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces, which is retrograde. And at this time, you're also going to notice that the baggages claimed from others will start to dissolve from your life. Resources that you've become accustomed to will dissolve, but will be replaced with other substantial resources due to your own efforts. This is what's going to restore your security and create the stability that you really need in your life. Also in November 21st to be exact, Mars in Scorpio sextiles Pluto in Capricorn, and you're really going to see that your everyday life and responsibility experiences a big transformation that you're getting used to. It's your new norm. New routines are formed to support emotional security, abundance, building a legacy a new way, finding stability after a shakeup. There is space even to start new health routines that cater to not only the body, but the mind. The work you put in will be supported emotionally by you and your village. At the end of November, Mars rolls over in your 5th house in Sagittarius, and you have a desire to chase your creative pursuits and or connect on a more romantic level with another. But there are likely to be blockages due to a change of shared resources or funds that allowed you to have a little reserve for your passion projects. Also, there's an inability to connect the way you want romantically because there's a withdrawal of emotions due to unresolved issues. Someone may not feel understood and may not have the skills to express this, and so they resort to withdrawal. If understanding can be given at this time, it could really help remove the blockages. But if there's too much resistance, it could be a good time to give space and focus on what can be achieved in your creative pursuits until the air clears. So we hop into December and we have Mars in Sagittarius in conjunct Jupiter in Taurus, which is retrograde. And while there will be a desire to dive into your creative pursuits, there will be matters of your career and what you want to achieve holding on the majority of your time. You have the optimism that you can get everything done on both fronts, but you may have a big overestimation of your time, and it may cause burnout if not managed well. Do what you can, but don't beat yourself up if you can't get everything done according to your initial timeline. Okay, so on December 13th, Mercury retrogrades in Capricorn and is starting in your 6th house and ending in your 5th house. This is where you're going to be focusing on organizing your routine, making sure that the necessary checkups are being done, follow-ups and new appointments are being made that address maintaining your physical and mental health. This could be as simple as enrolling in a gym or booking your annual physical. When Mercury finally rolls over to your 5th house, this is when someone could be reaching out to you to discuss matters of the heart. Approach optimistically, but with a discerning ear. So we get to December 21st and we have Mars in Sagittarius in conjunct Uranus in Taurus, which is retrograde. Now, through December, it's all about love, connecting, and really focusing your efforts on what you believe to be your purpose and passion. Again, I caution, the changes on the career front may not make it easy. Now, granted, I'm not saying it can't be done, because it absolutely can. What I'm saying is that adjustment may be needed, and it may not go exactly the way you planned. And if that happens, do not beat yourself up. Or worse, don't take it as a sign that you should give up on it. It's just that there's a lot in store for you, and the changes happening for you are not done with you yet in terms of your career, status, and identity. You're going to continue to go through changes for a little while. So learn to move with the unexpected until the terrain settles. So fitting for you, Leo. The tackler of challenges has a growth point at the end of the year dealing with love, passions, bonds, and resources. On December 28th, Mars in Sagittarius squares Neptune in Pisces. So at this time, there is a strong push to take blind action. I say blind action because your pathway is unclear, but you still want to make moves because you're feeling impatient to wait on the information to make a thorough move. You have this optimism that the moves you make, regardless of anything, will turn out to your benefit, and it usually does. But this time, it relies too much on other parties involved. There are so many ways this energy can manifest. This can be planning to get your child involved in an activity, and you're ready to register, but you have budgeted the activity with financial support expected from the other parent. Or it can mean wanting to end the year with a special someone, but they're not clear about their availability. This can be you wanting to finally open a business you're passionate about, but it's only doable if you're approved on a loan from an institution. Do you see what I mean now? You're ready to go and would proceed if it was just you, but it's not just you. And that is what's creating the fog in your action. This is not to say stop what you desire, but you may have to find a different way to navigate through the fog. This brings us to the end of your reading. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below about the energy you encountered so far in 2023, the progress you've made, and the progress that you are going to make. Don't forget to grab your copy of 44 Ways to Manifest to set you up to manifest your best life in 2024. And until then, flow with the energy and take every blessing and opportunity the universe has in store for you. Peace and prosperity to you, and we'll chat soon.